Right, so I'll explain kind of what's happened with like why the route has changed and stuff. At the beginning, it's running like the off chance I get a PB or something. So basically, I don't actually know how long ago it would have been now. I'm going to say sometime in November, but it may have easily been October last year. Basically, somebody on the Harvest Moon subreddit posted an image of them being like, "Oh wow, I've got loads of money." That's not and I just literally chose the same one again. You can tell I'm completely out of practice. But yeah, somebody posted a picture of like a video or something of them basically going, "Look, I managed to get loads of money in Magical Melody," and it was completely, it wasn't like quote unquote hard work. It was, you know, due to other circumstances. Basically, they were trying to explain it in like the comments. I was just like, well, how did you actually do it though? Because this would be like really cool from like a speedrunning perspective. So yeah. And then basically through like the information that I was given on like kind of how they did it, I ended up figuring out like how to actually like reproduce the glitch. So what the glitch itself is I'll probably like refer to it as like inventory storage. So even though it's used for like a couple of things, it's used basically to get loads of money, and it's used to duplicate items. But the reason why I refer to it as inventory storage is because the way it's easiest to explain it is it stores like the values of your inventory, and then it basically stores the values of your inventory. So if you try and swap them around or change them, it doesn't, or it doesn't let you exactly. Hey Linka, yeah. Move the bed closer to the door because you can run out of the house easier. I was surprised I didn't mess up the furniture as much as I could have. That's usually like one of the first things, one of like the surefire ways you know I haven't run the game in a while, is I'll mess up the furniture placement. But yeah, so using the inventory storage glitch, you're able to duplicate items and get a lot of money. I'm not entirely sure why you get a lot of money. I think it's something to do with like stack overflows or something. It's just like a weird side effect. Thanks for good luck. Interesting watching the Lost Valley and Skytree Village. I don't actually know if I put like any of my Skytree Village speedruns anywhere. I don't particularly like my Skytree Village run. Bad. Yeah. My Lost Valley run I think was pretty decent. But yeah, so I'll be using inventory storage a few times in this run. I think there are like 2 definite moments when I'll be using it. And then the other times it's just like if I need to do, like if I'm not necessarily low on money, but if you do some wrong things whilst in inventory storage, you can go back to having no money. As you know, you should still be in like inventory storage should still be active whilst you're doing that, so that shouldn't be a problem. But it's just that if I need to duplicate items, I'll end up doing it again. Oh, that's good to hear then. I didn't mind Sky Tree Village casually. It's just when I go into speedrunning it, it just ended up being a bit more luck-based than Lost Valley. So it was a bit more frustrating for me. I should also note that my time that I'm comparing against isn't... well, I guess technically it is my PB, but it's not like a recorded PB. It was an offline run like I did with a slightly different route. It was one that uses like that uses inventory storage and uses different notes and stuff, but I believe my actual time is like my best recorded time is like a 2:41 or something.
Lucky!
So 10 seconds behind on the first split isn't necessarily good, but considering I haven't played in quite a while, it's not terrible. With a game like this, the time saves are going to be much bigger. Or the time saves are going to be much bigger and same with the time losses. So a 10-second time loss isn't going to be much. At this point, anyway. This is Ellen. She's one of the people we befriend. In the glitchless route, she's the only person we befriend. But one of the things that inventory storage has changed in the route is I now also befriend Bob and Blue, because they also live on the farm with her. So they just live like across the road from the house that I picked at the beginning of the game. And because now you can duplicate items, it's really easy to get 10 silver and 10 milk to give to Bob and Blue. Yeah, I really like Magical Bandit. I've never like properly played it casually because like I just kind of jumped straight into speedrunning it. But it's definitely one of my favourite ones to speedrun. And I think if I ever did play it casually, I probably would enjoy it. But I don't think I'd be able to now because of how much I know. I'm spoiled. I can't enjoy this game casually anymore. What I'm doing now is I'm tilling some soil and not path. The reason I'm doing this is because there are things you do actually have to do a little bit of farming in this game. Though it's kind of like very minimum. So the few things I need to do farming is I need to grow and cut some grass. I need to grow 1 single breadfruit and 5 green herbs. And they're all for like different notes in this game. So if you ever wonder why am I doing this specific thing, there's a good chance it's because I get a note from it. Yeah, the different harvest moons have like different degrees of farming in each speedrun. But if you're wondering why I haven't gone to like the seed shop now, it's because on the first day the seed shop is closed, so I can't just go straight there and buy a bunch of things. Instead I have to wait for tomorrow. So today what I'm doing is I'm getting the sun note, which is a note you get for staying up 10 hours, I believe it is. Hey hydraulics, how's it? Yeah, there's a note for staying up 10 hours, or staying outside 10 hours, for every weather condition except storms. So there's sunny, rainy, cloudy, and snowy. The old route, the glitchless route, got all of them, got all 4 of those notes, but hopefully this route should only get 3 of them, which in turn should hopefully save about 6 minutes, because each weather day takes about 6 minutes. The problem with the whole timing of it though is then obviously you don't just stand there for those 6 minutes doing nothing, you then contribute to getting other notes, so it's not necessarily a free 6-minute time save. You have to work in some other stuff. Yeah, it's been about 3 months since I've last streamed. I really need to find something to eat now. Because there is a note for passing out, but I do not want to get it just yet. So I'm worried that I don't think I'm so low that like just picking anything up should make me pass out. But there are some things like I do need to pick up a moon drop flower today. I'm not going to do that just yet. Because picking up items uses a bit of your stamina, so you can faint through picking up an item. Actually, one of the other things that has changed, kind of significantly, I guess, from the route, is I no longer get the note full bloom flowers. So the note full bloom flowers is the one for shipping every single type of herb and flower. So even though there's a purple herb there, I don't need to pick it up because I don't need to ship one of each type of herb and flower. The only reason why I need a moondrop flower is because of the flower festival at the end of spring. But yeah, but that actually, like, getting rid of that note gets rid of like a large chunk of RNG because basically, like, because you have like the weather days and you do one each season, or you would have done in the old route, and you have to spend a certain amount of the time looking for the flowers and the herbs, and the ones in fall are ridiculously hard to find. So I once lost 16 minutes in a run purely because I couldn't find the flower of fall, the blue mist flower, whatever it was, at a reasonable, like, quickly. So it gets so not doing full bloom flowers gets rid of a lot of luck. No, I haven't beaten Story of Seasons. I haven't played it since the last stream, actually. Yeah, I haven't streamed in a while because I've been busy with like a mixture of things. Because like, around the time I stopped streaming, it was because of it was just stuff like uni and just life in general, and then obviously Christmas happened. Yeah, and I'm only just like getting back into the swing of things now, hopefully. I didn't play the first Story of Seasons. But I played Trio of Towns, like I streamed a bit of it on this channel, but it's difficult because I do enjoy both Natsume's Harvest Moons and Story of Seasons, but I feel like they're very different. They're like on opposite sides of things. But it's like Natsume's Harvest Moons are kind of easier to a degree. What's that? And Story of Seasons aren't necessarily harder, but the requirements are always usually a lot more. But I think that was just the thing that was like happening with just Harvest Moon games in general. Like the requirements for various things were just getting like more and more. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the fact that they're simplistic. Like, I know it's not for everybody, but sometimes it's nice to have this like that simplistic Harvest Moon style, and then sometimes it is fun to just have that like slightly more complex Story of Seasons. Actually, fun fact about this game, there's actually a way to skip this cutscene. It's not useful, or not useful, but it's not worth doing in a speedrun, because it involves staying up until the next day. So there's basically like no optimal way to do it in a speedrun, but yeah, if you stay up until 5 o'clock, go into the goddess pond, exit, and as it's transitioning towards to the next day, if you walk back into the goddess pond, you activate a cutscene in the cutscene in a really weird way, and then that next day cutscene just doesn't happen. I'm gonna go fishing rod. I'm not going to be able to look at chat for a couple of seconds because I need to see what fish I need to catch. Rainbow trout around a maggot. Yeah, it's a rainbow trout. Oh, that's fine. So the reason why I want a specific fish is because only certain fish can be cooked. Oh, actually, no, that's really good. Because yeah, okay, good. No, shouldn't have done that. Whatever. Okay. Reason why I shouldn't have done that is because one of the things I want to duplicate is fish. But that's fine. So the sea shop doesn't open until 9, so I can't really do anything until then. Well, can't do anything. But I don't know why I still have a fishing rod though. That's a bit of time loss. Yeah, so me just doing things like picking up these weeds and stuff, these are for like the notes. So there's a note for picking up 100 weeds. The reason why I'm doing things like putting in bin is because there's a note for binning 20 items. Just things like that. But actually, so the reason why I was catching the fish is because besides just getting the note for cooking a meal, There's also a note for going to like the island. And the way you go to the island is by befriending the dolphin. And you befriend the dolphin by feeding the fish and waving to it. So if I didn't cook that fish, I guess you can't really call it cooking because I just chopped it up a bit, but you know what I mean. If I didn't turn that fish into a meal, I would have probably gone to the dolphin now. Right, now I need to check what all the items I need to buy are. Because seeds in this game are important. The reason why they're important is because they are the sole way that you are able to do the inventory storage glitch, which I'll explain more once I'll explain how I'm doing it when I actually do it for the first time, which will probably be in in-game week's time or so. But yeah, seeds are very important, and basically every bag of seeds is an attempt at the glitch. So if you fail it too many times, you'll run out of seeds, and it's not quick to go back to the seed shop because they don't open until 9, so yeah. So the kind of the orders I buy stuff in is kind of important, because I do want to have things all the stuff I'm going to plant now I do want to have on me, and everything else gets sent to your toolbox. And the reason why I bought two lots of breadfruit and 2 lots of green herb seeds is because you do need, in order to attempt the what's it called, the inventory storage, you do need to have, you can only have one bag of that seed. Yeah, seeds are really cheap in this game. Except for trees and stuff. Trees aren't that cheap, but makes sense, I guess. So to explain all the different things that I'm growing there, there's grass, which is because there's a note for cutting down 20 grass. Breadfruit, because there's a note, because breadfruit is what you use to befriend Ellen. And green herbs, because there's a note for growing 5. It says flowers, but I mean green herbs work, so yeah. And then the tree, I don't really care about the tree just because you get a note for planting a tree. But if you're thinking, oh hang on though, if you're growing breadfruit to befriend Ellen, why have you only decided to plant 1? And that's because of inventory storage, you can duplicate the items. So I only have to grow 1 breadfruit, and that saves a bunch of time.
Yahoo! Lucky! Eight! 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 Eight!
Yeah, the game's a bit weird like that. That's a good thing though about notes like that, is like, it doesn't really matter when I get them because I am guaranteed to at some point get them. Because even if I don't get Lone Wolf in like the first few days, there will just be many periods later on in the run, like pretty much after the first month, where I just will not speak to anyone. I'll just be going straight to sleep. So there's a note for planting or for growing 5 flowers. The reason why I grow green herbs is because they're the quickest to grow.
Eight! 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 Eight!
And yeah, I don't actually have to like harvest them or ship them or do anything like that because I don't need to.
Eight! 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 Eight!
So actually, one of the interesting things about the fact that I now have to grow fewer crops is in the glitches route, where you do have to grow like a few more breadfruit and you have to like harvest them a good few times. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, I'm gonna want to go to the mine after this. Ah, no, what I should have done, wasting time over really stupid things. What I should have done is got my hammer on the way back inside.
Eight! Eight!
Because I'm going to put away like my sickle on my watering can. Yeah, but in the glitches route, you kind of take more. I'm actually going to pick up a few herbs as well. But as I said, I'm going to go to the cave after this to do like a tiny bit of mining, because the breadfruit should harvest tomorrow. So from that point, I kind of want to start befriending. Let's see, how much is 100?
Lucky!
No, I could, yeah, okay, that's good. That'll save me time actually. So the reason why I have to go to the mine is a couple reasons. One is because there's a few notes that you can only get in the mine, so there's things like 20 rocks, or smashing 20 rocks, which is easier to get in the mine. shipping all the different ores from a mine and shipping a gemstone, and then there are things like items that you need for like festivals or whatever. And then there's the fact that Bob loves silver. So that's like the main reason. Like, one of the more unfortunate things about it is that it means you most likely have to take 2 trips. I mean, most likely, you definitely have to take 2 trips to the mine because your bag isn't big enough the first time round. And it would be a lot slower to try and buy the rucksack before taking that first trip to the mine. But yeah. But the reason why I shipped a couple of those herbs earlier is because I also need to buy some milk in order to duplicate it to befriend Blue. So the main thing I'm after is silver, because that's what I need to befriend Bob. Actually, no. Now that I've got silver, I'm actually just going to leave. Actually, I'm going to smash one more thing because I've used it. Oh, actually, that's good. That's really good. So those are like the 2 items from the mine that I can duplicate. I don't know whether I'll have space in my bag to... No, I won't have space in my bag to duplicate the moonstone. But that means I do have it now, which is good. That goes in the fridge. Okay, they're going to take up space, which isn't going to be good. Yeah, so that was actually like a really good trip to the mine. Here we go. Right, so this is... Oh, actually, no, I need to buy milk first. Actually, no, do I? No, yeah, I do need to buy milk. I'll explain why I need to buy milk in a second, like once I've done the glitch, because it'll be easier to explain that way. Actually, no, I'll explain during this cutscene. Basically, whilst you're in inventory storage, so inventory storage is more like a state, rather than just like a glitch you do and then stuff happens. So whilst inventory storage is active, you can't change any of the items in your inventory. So you can't add anything to your inventory, you can't remove anything from your inventory. So if you have an edible item in your rucksack whilst you're in inventory storage and you eat it, the item will still be there. If you give someone an item whilst in inventory storage, that item will still be there. But it's the same thing as if I tried to buy an item whilst in inventory storage. Ah, seriously? Damn. Oh, that's fine. No, I can get rid of those blue herbs, those green herbs. I'll just have to do that tomorrow then. But yeah, so because of that, that means I can't just I can't activate inventory storage and then buy the milk I need for Blue. I have to like actually get the milk beforehand and then duplicate it, or I have to buy it outside of inventory storage. Which, you know, like inventory storage is also capable of giving you like loads of money, so it's not necessarily like a terrible thing, but I don't really know whether or not it would be faster or slower or anything. So the first 4 items that I want to duplicate is breadfruit, milk, silver, and fish. I'm going to be able to read chat for a second for a while because I need to know exactly how many duplicates I need to make. But I'm saving here because as I mentioned earlier, you kind of have like a limited number of seeds. I don't think I got that. No. I don't think that was it either. Oop. So I'll know if I got it because when I try and swap items around, they won't, and I should get a lot of money. Nope, that's not it. Okay, that should be it. There we go. Okay.
Lucky.
So now I've got inventory storage active, and if I put any items in my refrigerator that are in my bag, they'll just duplicate. That's not as good. Right. Note saying 9 breadfruits. The fish is more important first. Because I can just buy more milk, so... Okay. And occasionally things like that happen where it won't let you swap out the item. It's a rainy day, so I think they're all going to be in the barn.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, now. Yes. You may have seen it for a second, but I had actually gone back to, I think it was like 10G or something for a second. So the game's like very weird in this state.
Oh.
But as you've probably noticed, whilst I'm cycling through the items, I still have them all. So yeah, so it's very useful for befriending people. Oh, actually, I only needed to, I've already done cooking, so I only actually needed to duplicate 5 fish. That's fine. Yeah, they don't mind like the weird stuff that I'm giving them. So as I mentioned, so inventory storage is more sort of like a state that you're in rather than just a glitch that you do. And there are 2 ways to exit out of inventory storage. One of them, which I'll be using in a bit, is simply just to get a rucksack upgrade. So that's kind of nice because we get a rucksack upgrade anyway, just because it's really useful. And then the other one is just literally saving and reloading. So it's not complicated to get out of the state. So oh, you kidding? Okay. That's not necessarily a problem. That's just wasted a bit of time. But they were the junk shop was closed today. kind of good thing is because I'm still in inventory storage, it doesn't actually matter because I can just still give them items and they'll still like it, and the items will still be in my rucksack. So I'll have duplicated them, I guess, one too many times now. So I'll have like one more of each item than I actually need in my fridge or in my cupboard or whatever. But that's fine. Because if the opposite happened and like I had too few of the items, then I'd actually need to like go into inventory storage again and duplicate the items or do something similar. But luckily this actually gives me a bunch of time to do some more, which just seems like reading and stuff. Oh, no, I know what I can do. So there's a mole here, I can hear it. The one thing that is new to this run, or new to this route, that you don't do in Glitchless, is the carpenters. So usually in Glitchless you wouldn't meet the carpenters at all, you wouldn't befriend them. Well, you don't need to befriend them in this one, but you know, you don't need to do any. You don't need to see them basically. But now that I am meeting them, there are like a few things that I can do. Now that I have, you know, not necessarily infinite money. Although I guess I technically do whilst in the state of inventory storage. But whilst I have all the money I have, I can just buy anything I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to buy some land, and then I'm going to get them to build some buildings, so I can get Animal Kingdom. So Animal Kingdom is the note for having a full level 2 barn and a full chicken coop. But even though I'm buying like the animal barn and the chicken coop and stuff, I'm not actually going to like buy the animals until pretty much the last day, just because I don't actually want to have to look after them. It's just more so I have a lot of money, so I can get that note. So they're actually open today, so we can actually, you know, buy stuff from them. So I'm going to buy a couple things. As I mentioned, I'm going to buy the rucksack upgrade. And I'm also going to buy, I think it's the pot. And that's just because there's a recipe for, not a recipe, there's a note for having 100 recipes. And buying the pot just gives you 100 recipes. now that I've bought the rucksack, I'm no longer in inventory storage, and any items I give to people will now run out and will not be there.
Lucky.
Hey, Desert. Thanks for the visit. Ah, it's Thursday, it's their day off. Gosh darn it. Thanks for good luck. And thanks for the welcome back. Oh yeah. For a second I was like, oh, who's knocking on my door? I haven't got that note that quickly. It's okay, I've got money to spare.
Oh.
So actually right, so Bob and Blue being outside, it's kind of interesting.
Oh.
Because it allows me to discuss the idea of a marriage run. And in Glitchless, it's most likely that Ellen would be fastest because breadfruit are like really easy to get a hold of. So you just have to get hold of like 32 breadfruit, and then that would be that. But now that there's a way to duplicate items, Blue would probably actually be the fastest person to marry because you just buy some milk, duplicate it, and then even though he lives at the same place as Ellen, there's a slight chance that he's outside like he was yesterday. Not for marriage, I don't think. No, the requirements for marriage. Ah, whoops. Okay, that's not good.
Oh.
That's the good thing about having so much money, though. Is I can now just go, whoops, I did that. I need to go eat, not eat some more milk. I can go buy some more milk. Costs time, but I can make up for it. I can also requirements for marriage. What? It's eight hearts with whoever you're planning on marrying. Level 3 house. I think there's the big bed, but I can't remember who you buy that from. And in order to get the big house, you need to okay, I actually need to buy loads of milk anyway. In order to get the big house, you need to befriend one of the carpenters to, I believe it's 1 heart. and you need 30 notes. Also, I've done testing. Unfortunately, nothing happens if you propose to someone twice, because one of the things with this game is, so in the same way that I've duplicated breadfruit, I've duplicated milk, silver, and all that, you can duplicate tools. And you can also use that to get rid of all your tools, which I did once. I don't know whether I still have the save file, but I had a file where I accidentally gotten rid of all of the I think I got like rid of all the tools and replaced them all with hose. But yeah, so if you do that, I don't know if there's like actual way to complete it. But yeah, but because of this, you can actually duplicate blue feathers, but proposing to someone multiple times doesn't do anything. I don't know what happens if you propose to a different person the second time. I think that was enough. I don't know definite.
Hi.
Oh. Yes. Oh.
But yeah, but this glitch kind of changes a lot of things about this game. Like, it would drastically change all notes. I'm kind of actually happy that I never actually did a run of all notes pre this glitch, pre inventory storage, because otherwise I feel like I'd just wasted a bunch of time. Hey, you smart joke. I guess it's difficult because I don't think I've ever actually like played. Because I've never played like Magical Melody casually. I just kind of went straight into speedrunning it, and now I feel like it is kind of difficult for me to just play it casually. But I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing.
Oh.
So now what I do is, if I get a new Harvest Moon game, or like one I haven't played before, I play it quite a bit casually first, before I even think about speedrunning it. But most of the time that just allows me to enjoy the ones that are like impossible to speedrun. I'm going to sleep in a really bizarre way today because it was Thursday, so it was their day off. So I could have just gone straight to thing, but okay, so I need this flower because I'm going to go put it in the shipping bin for the flower festival.
Hi.
Oh. Yes. Oh.
But yeah, so because of the thing earlier where I did 2 days of gifting whilst in inventory storage, I don't know exactly how much I've got left to do with that, or of befriending them. But I guess the good thing is I'll know when I'm done because they'll visit me and tell me I'm done. You know, I think I'm gonna go just after this. I was originally thinking of just going straight to sleep, but I'm not too far from the carpenters. Also, I think after this bit, I'm going to turn off comparisons on live split because they're a bit. It's all a bit uneven. So it'll just look like, oh, I've lost however much time I've lost when it's not 100% accurate. Because that's the thing, even if I don't PB on, like, comparing against live split, the one I'm comparing against on live split is an offline PB, so my recorded PB isn't the same. I think he's like some sick organisation. I think I only have 2 days left then, because I think that was like all of the silver. So because I've run out of silver, that should mean I've only got 2 days left because I will have an extra silver because of doing an extra day in inventory storage.
Oh. Yes. Oh.
Is tomorrow the festival or is it the 23rd? I can't remember. It doesn't really matter, it'll tell me anyway. Hey, thanks to those Desert Penguin. So tomorrow will be the festival then. I can't remember whether they come around on festival days or not. Because when you get the notes for befriending people,
Hi.
there's like a little cutscene where they come to your house at the beginning of the day. It's the beginning of the day, but I believe it only happens when you leave your house. So you can get everyone to like the right amount, but then if you just never leave your house, they'll never be able to give you the notes. Oh shit, what have I got? Ah, damn. Completely forgot something. So, something I should have done earlier whilst I was in inventory storage, or like the day I activated it, I should have gone back to the seed shop to buy a pumpkin for the festival and more seeds. So I knew, because I kept thinking, I'm really low on seeds, that's not good.
Lucky.
And I knew that was going to be bad. But now the problem is there isn't a good time to go to the seed shop. I think only one person can visit you a day. Maybe. I'm also doing a really bad path here. I also gotta remember what days are open and closed. They're either closed Tuesday or Thursday. That's what I'm remembering. I can't remember. It's okay, I'll go Wednesday, because I'll probably have to leave. If only one person visits you a day, I'll see either Bob or Blue tomorrow, and then I'll see the last person on the Wednesday, which will be fine. I still don't have a good opportunity to... okay, no. Okay, I thought of an opportunity to catch up on the seed shop, but it's still a time loss. But it's not going to be as bad of a time loss, luckily. So basically, I'm just going to go to the seed shop after I go mining for the second time.
Lucky!
Actually, I may as well go to... May as well go mining today. Maybe. I don't know. So, yeah. I'll go mining today because the seed shop will definitely be open. And then... I'll go to the carpenters tomorrow. I need to keep that egg. That egg is kind of important. That egg basically saves me from buying my own egg later. So there's a note that you get for shipping 10 eggs. And you can just buy eggs, so you can just get them like that, but because of the note duplication, or not note duplication, if note duplication was a thing, this run would be easy peasy, but because of item duplication, I just go into my inventory storage and then ship 10 milk and 10 eggs. Yeah, but because I'm doing all of this now, I'm probably going to save quite a bit of time this summer, because I usually do, I usually make my main trip to the mine in the summer, so. Though obviously, as I said, this is still kind of like a bit of a waste of time because I messed up earlier.
Hey! Hey!
Yeah, I may as well pick that up.
Hey! 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 Hey!
So I'm looking for one of each ore. Except I don't need silver because I've already shipped
Hey!
silver.
Hey! 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 Hey!
Oh my gosh.
Hey!
And I've already got the second moonstone that I need. So I believe now I just need the rare ore.
Hey! Lucky! Hey! 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 Hey!
Alright, if I can find a crystal, that'll be good. There you go, crystals. So most of the time ores are like usually easy to find crystals and stuff, so
Hey!
not the button I wanted.
Hey! Hey!
Yeah, I just want to check I do have a jungle.
Hey! 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 Hey!
Oh my gosh.
Hey!
There we go. So now if I didn't have to go to the seed shop, what I'd do is I'd just go to sleep there and it would just take me to the next day. And that would be a lot quicker, but because I made a mistake earlier in the run, I can't do that and I have to run off to the seed shop now. I'll just have to take probably the least optimal route to the seed shop. So actually, I don't think I explained like how exactly the glitch works. I guess it's because I don't really 100% know how it works. Everything I say will just be kind of guessing through. Yeah, it'll be kind of guessing as to how I think it works. But Okay. I feel like Blue should have come to visit me, but
Lucky.
luckily I have got some spare milk, so that should be fine. That shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, so if you have, so seeds in this game are the only like stackable items. So I'm sure if you've played Harvestman before, you'll know a lot of the older games don't allow you to stack items. So each item takes up one individual slot in your inventory, and this is the same in this game except for seeds. Seeds are literally the only item in the game that stack up. So I guess because of that, they kind of programmed a bit naff, I guess is the best way to put it. So,
Oh. Yes.
well, it's not naff, but basically, so whilst you're using an item, you can use the C stick, like I'm using now, but you can't really see anything because I don't have any items in my bag. You can use the C stick to like hover over and kind of select a different item, but you don't actually select it until you press X. And basically, because of the way seeds work, they don't actually like the seeds you use aren't actually depleted until after the animation is finished. Also, I'm moving house. So I'm moving house because a lot of the festivals take place in the centre of the village square, so that just saves me a lot of time. So because theoretically also I shouldn't have to befriend anyone else from Blue Sky Ranch, I shouldn't have to run off across the road anymore, so it doesn't matter that they're not going to be across the road from me. So yeah, so back to the explanation of inventory storage and seeds. So yeah, so because the item doesn't, the seeds don't deplete until after the animation is finished, you're able to kind of do this thing where if you hover over the seeds whilst you're using them, and then mash X, if you have multiple seeds, instead of it going into inventory storage, what it just does is it uses 2 seeds, but as like one animation. Whereas if you only have one, for whatever reason, by going into negative, it just kind of like, I'm gonna check because I'm sure this is an animal festival. By going into negative for whatever reason, it basically stores all the values of your inventory, hence why I call it inventory storage. And it just puts you in this state where you can't like change any of your items in your rucksack until you either buy a bigger rucksack or save and reload. But hey, we're finally out of spring. It's taking a little bit longer than I would have liked. But part of that is going to then allow me to save time in summer. Part of that is genuine time loss. So today is the swimming festival, and I'm saving here just because there is like a slight chance you can lose this festival. Excuse me. And there's a note for saving 30 times anyway, so it's just kind of good to get them in one.
Lucky.
Yeah, so this will be me being visited by Blue.
Lucky.
Got a big old can of milk in my face. Yeah, that's actually one of the nice things about Blue giving you milk, is even if you use up all of your milk befriending him, you don't have to buy an additional set of milk, because he'll just give you one as part of the milk, so that's kind of good. And so this, right, this is actually, so the moving house strat is a strat that I kind of conceptualized a long time ago, when I was toying around with the ideas of which house really is the best to choose. Because the reason why we choose the riverside house is because the soil is fertile, so everything grows faster, grows higher quality, sells for more. But that's not really a massive part of anything anymore. Like, sure, it does still, things taking like a few days does help a bit. But one of the things the points I had for the village plot of land is the fact that you get to everything quicker. So going to beach festivals and passing by the dolphin is faster than if you lived in a riverside house and you went to the dolphin and then went to the beach through that way. So in terms of like, now that I've befriended everyone, just living in the village plot is just much quicker.
Oh. Oh.
Right, so I really hope I don't fail this, because it's a pain in the ass to fail. Okay, it's not great, but it's not terrible. So sometimes you can get like layouts of boys where they're really close to each other. But getting layouts like that is kind of like a double-edged sword, because on one hand, yeah, it's easier for you, but it's also easier for the CPUs as well. Oh, no. Okay, it's okay. Jamie's being dragged away as well. But this is like this is still like a really bad time. Getting 1 minute in this game isn't that good. So considering how much over the 1 minute this is going, even though I won, it still hasn't gone that well. But unfortunately, that's just like down to luck.
Lucky.
I never remember whether I split for that, whether I split on the note or whether I split on the fade. So yeah, so there isn't really anything else I need to do in summer now besides the weather day. So as you may recall, the first day in the run, I spent a bunch of time outside doing stuff. And basically on the next either cloudy or rainy day, I'm going to do that again. Ooh, that's close. I don't know exactly how many times I've got to visit the dolphin left, but I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I think I have one extra, so I think it's just 3. So I'm just gonna try and like coincide that with going to the beach, because it's slightly quicker if I give the dolphin the fish on the way to a beach festival as opposed to passing the village square to go to the festival. But yeah, so despite the route changes with inventory storage and stuff, some of the things that will like there are just some things which will remain pretty much every iteration
Lucky.
of any percent, and pretty much most of the festivals will be there. Like I think genuinely one of the only festivals that is likely to get removed from this point onward is the beach festival, is like the mini game one. Okay, I've got spare nuts, so I might as well take that one with me. Yeah, so because it's raining, I'm going to do another of the day where I stay out for 10 hours. And in the meantime, I'm just going to be picking a lot of weeds and tilling a lot of soil. I think in terms of tilling soil to picking up weeds ratio, because both of these are like full, like you need 100 of each to get them. So you need to pick up 100 notes, 100 weeds to get the note. You need to till 100 spots of soil to get the note. I think I'm further along with weeds than I am with tilling soil. That's kind of one of the good things about this note is about these notes is when you pick weeds, obviously it gives you more space to till soil, so it's kind of like beneficial in more than one way. I just remembered that I haven't actually got the passing out notes today, so I might have to get that. So if I manage to get okay, I was much further ahead with cultivation than I was with weeds. That's good though. Something to eat. Okay, depending on how much this gives me back. Not much. I'm gonna go further up mountain and try and find some honey. Actually no, that might be fine. think that'll be fun. If anything, that might have been a bit too much, because now I'm probably not going to be able to get the passing out note. I need to get to the library. So the other is at the end of this weather day and the weather day I'm going to be doing fall, is I kind of want to end both of them at the library, because the library will be open at this point. Yeah, it's just kind of a good place, because similar to like the seed shop, there's not really a good time to visit the library.
Lucky.
So I did get both of those moves, which is good. I did wish I had a little bit more time to do some whistling. And I also kind of wish I didn't have that second blueberry, because that would have given me a little bit more time for whistling, and it also probably would have made me realize that I could actually get to the passing out note. Though actually, I might take just like the tiniest time loss and try and get it now anyway, because I think my stamina will run out quicker whilst it's raining. So even though I won't get any bonuses from like cultivating more land or anything, I think it'll be quicker than just trying to hope I get another day. Because I think I don't know. Because the only other day I think I'd get to do it may possibly be like the next birthday. So it's kind of risky. Okay. Not brilliant, but not terrible either. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now that I've done the weather day for summer, pretty much every day, all the other days in summer now, they're just going to be sleeping festivals. I believe there's only, I say 2, it might be 3 festivals I need to go to. Yeah, there's only 2 other festivals I need to go to in summer. Though one of them is the Fireworks Festival, which has like a really long cutscene in it. So even though I've now got the option to ride the dolphin to the island, I'm not going to do that until a lot later. Because unlike some Harvest Moon games, you don't like lose friendship with anyone or any animals if you don't talk to them or interact with them for any amount of time. So the dolphin will just stay at that level of friendship now. So I can talk to it again on a more beneficial day. Because if I go to the island now, because I actually have something to do, I'd have to then travel back and watch the little loading screen for that. And it would take up a bit more time than just going to the island and then going straight to sleep. So instead, the next time I need to just go to the village centre to ship something for a festival, which will be a harvest festival, I'm just going to go to the dolphin, then and then get the island note after that.
Lucky!
Yeah, so there's only one more festival left in summer. Or one left that I'm actually going to go to. There might be like another one. I don't remember. If there is, it's probably an animal festival. Even then, I don't think so. But it doesn't matter. There's another festival that I'll be going to, and it's the Fireworks Festival. first trip of the run.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Okay, now you're ready for a really long cutscene because the fireworks do take a while. Oh man, I'm being drawn by blue this time. I don't know exactly what determines like who joins you for the fireworks. But yeah, in glitches where you only befriended Ellen, obviously she would join you. Okay, so yeah, so I'm probably going to save a bit of time here. Most of that, well, if not all of the time in the saving video, is going to be because I went to the mine in spring and not summer, which is when I usually go to the mine. But I guess in this video there's no real particular reason as to why you need to go to the mine in summer, because you can just do it in spring. Yeah, there was one more festival in the summer, but not one that I needed to go to. Yeah, so I'm still theoretically very far behind my PB, but I should save that. Well, I don't know actually, because I don't really know where any time saves are in my offline PBR. Yeah, But yeah, fall is going to mostly be the same as summer. You have a few festivals and then a weather day at some point. So the one I have to wait for fall will be cloudy, and that'll be it. And then winter will be exactly the same except without the weather day. What's my best for winter? I see it now. My best for winter might then actually include a weather day then. If it's 23, if my best for winter is 23. Oh, there are only actually 2 festivals in fall as well that I go to. The Harvest Festival and the Pumpkin Festival, both of which are right at the end. I've just noticed the colour's slightly gone from the game. I'll try and like adjust it so I can bring it. I'll start playing from under the tape, under my desk. Okay, that's better. Right, I may have missed like a couple of cloudy days there. Yeah, I missed like at least one I saw. But luckily I've got pretty much the whole month to get another cloudy day. And even then, even if I don't get another cloudy day now, I can get a snowy day or a cloudy day in winter. So it doesn't particularly matter actually. Today's the horse race. No need to go to the horse race. So now I just need to get ready for the cloudy day then. So I'm going to do another whatever it's called, another inventory storage. I don't think that did anything. Okay, there we go. Right, so I did that there for a few reasons. Is from what I could tell, for pretty much the rest of the game, I can just be in inventory storage. I don't think there's going to be a point where I need to like obtain another item from this point out. Yeah, so this will be helpful for like a couple of reasons. One is just having that milk and egg on me means if I run out of stamina I can just infinitely eat them. I don't have to worry about trying to find items. fact, I just kind of realised this day in a nutshell, this is going to be really repetitive, irritating sound effects. Because I'm going to get a note for brushing this cow 20 times, even though it's not my cow. I'm going to get a note for ringing the bell 20 times, and then hopefully I'll get a note for whistling 50 times. That one kind of depends on as to whether I have enough time.
Lucky.
I may as well just go all the way to the library now, because I need to end this day at the library as well. But if I do all like the other notes whilst at the farm, not only will you get to hear the irritating sound effects of ringing the bell or whistling or whatever, you'd also get to hear how all the different animals would react to it. Try and be a bit kinder to the ears than I have to be already. I think I should have enough time to do all of the whistling, which is good. I don't know whether or not I'll get the. I think I should get the whistling note today. So I've got 2.5 hours in game left to get it. Stamina, I don't think should be a problem from what this point onwards. If I don't get it today, then it's just a matter of... Okay.
Lucky.
Okay, that's actually really good. Right, okay, I'll do this note next. So, there is a note in the game for staying absolutely still for a minute. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that one now. And then after that, I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll do milk and eggs after that.
Lucky.
Doing that note feels like the longest minute because actually I don't think I have time. Oh wait, no, my house isn't that far. No, I don't think I have time to do it anyway. But it feels like the longest minute doing that note because there are times when because like, even just like doing one specific thing will mess up the thing. So like getting a note will mean you don't. Will like reset the timer that you have to wait for. So it's like, even just like nudging the controller sometimes feels like it resets it. So. Oh, are you kidding? Oh gosh. That's something I've genuinely never taken into account before. Damn. I'm getting absolutely screwed over by people's shops being closed. It's absolutely bamboozling me. Right, okay. So next best day for this, to go to the library then, I think would be when I'm putting the pumpkin in the festival bin, and then I'll do milk and eggs then. Okay, right now. Okay, what I need for this is I need to bring up various timing stuff. I might not be able to reach out for a little while. What's the next longest festival? Where am I going? Next longest festival is Starlight. Okay, I kind of doubt I will be able to, but if I can like chop 20 bits of wood in the time it takes for the library to open, then I can skip the festival.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily a time save because I shouldn't be waiting for the library to open anyway. But yeah. Oh wait, no, I'm still in. No, there's no point in me doing that because I'm still in inventory storage. So I can't put the axe on myself. All I'll do, if I do. Oh no, I don't have the pumpkin on me either. I don't have a pumpkin at all. What? Are you flipping kidding me? I didn't even buy a fucking pumpkin. Okay. Right, no, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm being really stupid. well do this one then, whilst I'm still in inventory storage. Save and reload to deactivate inventory storage, and then I'll go and do the other things.
Lucky. Lucky.
But yeah, so this is the other way to get out of inventory storage. So there's buying the rucksack like I did earlier, and then there's just saving and reloading the game. No, definitely don't have an axe, a pumpkin.
Hey. 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 Hey.
Can't doubt it, but I wonder if I can just like take out a steak and then chop that.
Hey.
Don't know if I can, but you know. I don't know whether it counts as to anything. Okay, well thanks for good luck and thanks for watching.
Lucky.
I'll be honest, this note is something I always worry about because it's the idea that so you have to read all the books that are in like the spring and summer selection, and then you have to read all the books that are in the fall winter selection. I'm always worried that I've accidentally missed one in the spring and summer one because that would waste a good chunk of time. So to be fair, at this point I'm wasting good chunks of time anyway. I hope her being outside didn't assign they're closed. Thank goodness. I just had to check then that I wasn't still in inventory storage because when I bought the pumpkin my money shot up from like 200,000 or something to like 900,000. Probably more, but I don't know exactly how many digits there were in that. Right, so will I lose to my best?
Lucky.
4. Oh, the Pumpkin Festival doesn't actually take that long, that's good. Wait, did I miss a festival? Did I go to the Moon Viewing Festival? I'm actually gonna have to check that. What's the name called? Oh shit, I didn't. Okay. Okay, that's not good, but luckily, so in the old any% glitches route, that would have been really bad. Missing a note would have been awful because there were pretty much no backups. But lucky for me, there are actually backups now, so I do just have to continue chopping wood at some point.
Yeah. Lucky.
Okay. Now I just gotta think of like when the best time to catch up to like chop all that wood is. Cause that's the thing. I don't want to do another weather day because that would literally be the only thing I do that day. There isn't anything else. Oh, I guess the only other thing I would do would be Big Eater. But then, so that weather day would, it would cost 6 minutes. And it would allow me to miss out on 2 notes. Hey, HK Note, thanks for the subscription. Well, thanks for staying subscribed for 7 months. Even through those 3 months where I was completely absent. I do appreciate that. When is the next? Okay, the next festival I have to go to is the 19th. How long is that festival? Festival's about a minute. So that's the problem, is the next longest festival after Starlight is the New Year's Sunrise, but I do kind of need to go to that one. Because then that allows me to get Night Owl easily. What I missed then? What I missed was Moon Viewing, which is about a 2-minute note, 2-minute festival. Maybe if I did a snow day, it would even itself out. I really like Magical Melodies music. Especially things like the summer theme and stuff. Summer themes in Harvest Moon games are usually good though. It's also just a matter of if I can do like any other note, I could possibly bump off another festival, which would be really good. But I don't think there is like another single note for me to do. Big Eater. No, I've already said that one. Buy an extra house. I'm an absolute fucking muppet. Right, okay. Okay, I kinda need to figure something out. No, I'll still go to the festival. I'll just use buy an extra house to catch up on the note I missed. This is where buying an extra house actually is part of my notes. Yeah, it is. I just completely forgot about that one. Okay, never mind. It's Tuesday. I can't do it anyway. This run has gone all tips up because I'm really stupid. Okay, no, I'm just not going to bother with the weather data. It's like complicating things too much. I wasn't 100% sure whether or not I was going to do a second run after this. But I think considering how this run has gone, I'd say there's a decent chance of there being a second run. This run hasn't gone too well. But, okay, this is the thing that I would really like to see. Because I feel like if I messed up something like this in an old any percent run, in glitchless, I'd be fucked beyond all belief. Like my next backup would be befriending Joe, which would take a while. Like it would probably take about 6 minutes, I think. And it would cost me a lot of time, basically. Which is why if I ever like submit anything glitchless in marathons or whatever, I wouldn't put it under sub 3 hours. Like, you can easily get sub 3 hours using like the glitchless route, but it's if you mess up, like you just get bad luck, you're screwed. But if I still get like under 3 hours with this run, then that would just kind of show to me that like this route not necessarily is good, but it's a lot. That it can like have the estimate for it can go a lot lower than glitchless can, which is ultimately kind of good because I mean I will probably end up submitting this for not even probably I will definitely submit this game for SGDQ this year as I did last year, but hopefully because I'll be able to put the estimate lower and be justifiably lower, it might have a better chance of getting in. I think I was like, oh, it's a festival, don't need to go to this one. And then I was like, wait, no, it is a festival I need to go to. Hey Heinz, how's it going? Thanks for good luck. Yeah, it's nice to be streaming again. I haven't streamed in like 3 months or so. It was weird. Almost had to like psych myself up for it again, but it's good. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it was just kind of like real life things started happening. Some good, some bad, and then as soon as all that kind of finished, Christmas happened, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the progress you've made in Save the Homeland. I think that's really cool. I do want to return to Save the Homeland at some point because it's on my list of games I want to submit to SGDQ this year. I just think the fact that I'd be able to submit it as any percent and any percent New Game Plus, and the fact that like they'd be quite short runs, hopefully would be appealing to the GDQ committee. Committee, is that the right word for that? I think so, yeah. Yeah, that'd be really cool, because you know like way more about Save the Homeland than me, because of all the stuff you've been doing with like Cheat Engine and stuff. Yeah, one of the things I'm kind of banking on this year is the fact that, because I did submit a few Harvest Moon runs last year to SGDQ, but one of the things I'm kind of banking on this year is the fact that it's been 5 years since a Harvest Moon game was first and last shown at a GDQ, so I'm hoping that tempts them a bit more. Yeah. It's really interesting, genuinely, though, how Save the Homeland works. Like, just the fact that not only do you get points for talking to them, like, that kind of makes sense, but the fact that, like, if they're walking from one location to another, you don't get as much. It's, like, something so bizarre. I genuinely never would have thought about that. Oh shit, yeah, that's right. Because it's people like Lewis where you gift them as soon as they come out of their house, and they'd be like moving from one location to another in that case. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think one of the great things about having all this stuff is, like, all this newfound knowledge about Save the Homeland is we can finally, like, start looking into all endings, which I think will be, like, a really cool run. This run's going okay. I've made, like, a few really stupid mistakes, like I forgot a festival, and I've made a few mistakes like just not going to shops or not buying things, but the good thing about this is, the good thing about inventory storage and the new route and everything is in the old 80% in glitchless, if you messed up, if you missed a festival, that was it. Not necessarily your run was dead, but like, it was just then, like the next backup was just, it took way too long to be good. But in this one, the backups don't take too long because you have more options. This is a new sunrise festival, isn't it? I think I'd probably just end up submitting whichever one's the fastest. So I think it's those Swallowtails, like the fastest ending. I think.
Lucky!
So I think I'd just end up submitting that one, and then a new Game Plus run of that as well. And if I could actually... Oh wait, no, I've already got this note. What am I doing? There's no...
Hey!
Okay.
Lucky!
Wait, how many notes do I have? 4. Okay, so that's Animal Kingdom, Second House, Chopping Wood, festival I'm about to go to. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to see or run any Harvest Moon game. GDQ. Because as I said, it's been 5 years since the last time a Harvest Moon run has been run, and it was SNES at any percent. So I feel like we need a bit more serious representation. Yeah, Harvest Moon speedrun has come a long way in those 5 years. Okay, it's Tuesday, so I think the Carpenters will be closed. I can't remember whether they're closed on Tuesdays or Thursdays, but I kind of don't want to take that risk. Okay, so yeah, so the three things I need to do now is I need to buy the second house, buy a bunch of animals, which I'll do tomorrow, and chop a bunch of wood. The reason as to why I'm buying all the animals tomorrow is because I need to wait, I believe it's a day. I need to wait for the house to be built. And basically, if you buy the animals and then sleep the next day, Hank, I believe his name is, Ellen's dad, talks to you about, like, he gives you the reins and he talks to you about looking after your animals and stuff. And I kind of don't want to watch that cutscene. So if I buy the animals on, like, the last day before I go visit the Harvest Goddess, I won't have to watch it.
Lucky.
Okay, so I've only got 2 notes left. How long does... Okay, so the orchestra takes about 10 minutes. So if you kind of want, like, kind of comparisons to why this route is a lot better than the old like glitches route, is because even with all the mistakes I've made in this route, I'll still probably be really close to my world record.
Lucky.
So I'm looking at checking out any of my note left. Yep.
Eight. 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 Lucky.
So that's 50 notes, so now what I have to do is go up to the Harvest Goddess and watch 10 minutes worth of cutscenes. So yeah, so this final split will probably take about 10 minutes. Unfortunately, I can't compare to like what my recorded PB is. But my recorded PB is like 241 something. So I'll only be like a minute behind. And also, it's not necessarily like for this route that kind of means it wasn't that good of a run. It's more to the fact that this wasn't a good run. Like I made plenty of mistakes here and there, but I still managed to get like a really good time, or like what was considered a really good time. So one of the things I talked about earlier was, it was like literally at the beginning of the run, is how you can kind of skip cutscenes by using the Goddess Pond. So the example I gave earlier it's like really specific and unlikely to be at all useful during speedrunning. But the way it works is like if you stay up until so if you stay up until the next day, if you stay up until 6 o'clock the next day, then it kind of like fades out and like puts you back at your home. And if that's the first time you've done that, it gives you the Night Owl note. And basically you can kind of do this weird thing where like if you enter the Harvest Goddess Pond and then exit, if the day transitions to the next day whilst you're exiting, you can then like re-enter the Harvest Goddess Pond whilst it's fading into the next day. So then you kind of get like a weird version of the cutscene where you where they tell you, oh, if you get 5 notes, you'll unlock an instrument. And then the next day, if there's supposed to be a cutscene the next day, you won't get that cutscene. So the example I used right at the beginning of the game is the cutscene where Bob tells you how shipping works. If you do it on that day, then the next day you won't see how shipping works. But obviously, not really beneficial because you have to wait up until 6 o'clock. However, one of the things I've kind of theorised and will probably at some point get around to testing is because the whole idea of it is you can't buffer it. Well, you can, but you can't do it. So what I'm doing right now is because I haven't been to the Goddess Pond with however many notes I have to unlock that instrument or whatever. So you can only kind of do this trick by exiting the Goddess Pond and going straight back in. So it only works when you're not unlocking an instrument. But one of the things I kind of want to test is if you unlock 45 instruments, or if you get, not 45 instruments, if you get between 40 and 45 notes, watch all the cutscenes for that, for all those stuff, and then go into the Harvest Goddess just at the right time once you have at least 50 notes, and then re-enter it, transition to the next day when you usually get like the orchestra cutscene and see what happens. That's probably like a really confusing way of explaining it all, and it probably didn't make any sense, but It's one of those things where it's probably easier to like see it, and then you'll understand it. But then it's like it's a bit of a pain in the ass to set up, because then I'd have to get like emulator out and stuff. But yeah, but if there was a way to then like if I was able to use that to then skip like the orchestra cutscene or the credits, then it wouldn't be useful at any percent, but it would be potentially useful in all notes, which would be interesting. But then the problem with it'd be kind of specific, because you need to enter the Harvest Goddess for the first time. Just at the right time, so that when you re-enter it, it's transitioning to the next day. So it will be a bit weird. So that cutscene there means I've got 30 notes. So only a few more cutscenes left. And yeah, exactly, the hydraulics. So this cutscene, this whole section will be a perfect time for some donations, and it's right at the end of the run as well, so it's even better. I'm pretty sure the trumpet is the last one, so I might actually get a recorded PB here, which would be kind of funny. I don't know. How many instruments are there? 9. Yeah, no, that was the last one. So I think I might actually get a recorded PB. I'll actually have to check that, because I know my PBs are 241, but I don't know what the second is. Okay, yeah, that's technically a new world record. Yeah, 241.42, and now it's so. We shaved 39 seconds off of my old world record with a really bad glitched run.